Before we start the video, I just want to say thank you all for all the likes and comments I've been getting and to all the people who subbed me. And with that being said, let's get to the video. So I played Genshin Impact for the first time after my sister told me for over a year to download the game. And with the game being free to play, I said why not, and started my download so I could finally take a look at this game. All I have to say to that is, why didn't I listen to her sooner? Genshin Impact is now one of my favorite games I'm playing, and I didn't expect that. When I first seen Genshin Impact, all I kept thinking of was, oh, that Breath of the Wild clone that makes you pay for all the characters? Well, Genshin Impact is more than that. Well, not the paying for new characters thing. That part we'll get into. Genshin Impact took all of the good things from Breath of the Wild, like the climbing, the gliding, the whole art style, but they added their own little spin to it, and it works so well. The characters look cool, and each of them have their own fighting style, but the real star of the show for me was the world. Every single place in this world had me in awe, and with so many different locations to visit and domains to unlock and a plethora of treasure chests to open, Genshin Impact will have you out there exploring like crazy and putting in so many hours into the game. Let's first talk about the story. You and your sister get attacked and end up being separated. You lose your powers to travel between the worlds and begin your quest to regain your powers and find your sister. To me, I thought the intro story wasn't the greatest, but it worked. But I can definitely say it picks up a lot in the story later down the line. And throughout your adventure, you're going to meet and team up with other characters and help save the world just like in true anime fashion. Now, like I said, the starting story was okay and set the tone for everything, but your main character's story is kind of weak until later parts of the game when he actually starts looking for her. Only reason why I say that it was weak is because the other people you meet have way better storylines that are just more interesting, but as a whole, it was pretty good, and it really helped that the voice acting was done very well. After the intro, you're put into one of the most beautiful and very well designed worlds I've ever seen. Like seriously, some of the places this game takes you are just stunning. Every time I got to a new place, all I kept saying was, wow, this looks really good. And playing on my 4K monitor and settings at max, all I can say was wow. Let's talk about the world. So this is a big world and it was littered with so many chests and things to unlock, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I had a blast running around with my sister, my cousin, and his wife. Our adventures took us to some really cool looking places, and seeing them for the first time was great. And with so many chests and puzzles to solve, the game just started to get addictive at this point. I couldn't even leave to get a drink because every time I turned around there was another chest filled with loot that I just had to get, or another Oculus floating in the sky for me to get so I can boost my stamina. The game is very good at rewarding you with loot or primo gems so you can get your hands on a 5-star character. But we'll talk about obtaining characters in a bit. For now, let's talk about the gameplay. Combat is fast and fun, and at first switching through the characters and learning which element when paired with another does was a little difficult, but you get over that hump pretty quick. Now, even though you don't get that many moves besides your basic attack, which has many different animations and a special attack, it didn't seem that much of a variety. But it's crazy how well it works. And since you're constantly switching between 3 other characters, it kept the combat feeling good and was a blast to just get into. And since you have different characters with different elements you can choose from, like air, water, earth, lightning, and soon to come nature, and you can mix and match your party the way you want it to be, it made it so much fun. But make sure you have the right party though, because having the wrong party will definitely have you dying over and over. And when you raise your world level, the enemies get a lot stronger too, and make for some really fun fights. Especially when you have the right combo of elements to use to deal with them. Aw man, it's great. And with the game rewarding you with so many weapons and artifacts, you can try to build the ultimate fighter. Let's talk about the multiplayer. Oh man, I love the multiplayer. In fact, this is when the game got the most fun for me. Being able to explore this world with your friends made it so fun. My sister and my friends helped me unlock my map, and the places it took us were so cool to see for the first time. And the fights we got into also had me loving the game more. Now, let's talk about the cons. I do have some complaints about the multiplayer though, and how they missed a great opportunity in my eyes. My first complaint is, why do I have to keep dropping group and going into single player just to unlock the fast travel spires? It was kind of annoying, especially when you just took that long journey just to get here, and now I have to drop group, go back into single player, then unlock it, then have everybody join up back on me. Now, it's not the biggest thing in the world since it's pretty fast to switch between multiplayer and single player with just a single button, but it was annoying though that we had to do it for every one of them. And since it only saves on the host's profile, it means we had to do it all over again for my friend. This isn't the worst thing though, since the game is a lot of fun. But my biggest complaint, and I really hope that they change this, you can't do story with your friends. And after playing Outward, where I can go through the whole story with my friend with no limitations, it left me wishing that they added this or something. Now, I get that they wanted a single player story, but I can see the multiplayer getting dry after you hit max level, since all you can do is domains, bounties, and a couple other things. But after you finish those, I can see it getting dry, especially for the ones that's been playing the game since launch. Now, I'm not sure if they plan on adding some multiplayer story in the game in the future, but that would make it already good multiplayer better. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Is this game pay to win? Well, no, not really, since everything in the game can be obtained without spending a single dime. But to me, it's more of a shut up and take my money type of game. So the way it works is the game gives you 4 main people to play with, and a couple others that you can get through the event section, like a healer and another character. But if you want extra characters, there's 2 ways to get them. Well, the first way is to earn primo gems in the game and go to the wish store and wish on a banner and hope that you get a cool character or a weapon. But it's kind of RNG based until you have about 10 wishes. Then the game will reward you with a new character or weapon. The other, of course, is for you to pay for gems and go through the same process of wishing and hoping that you get a new character. During my playthrough, I didn't spend a dime, and I got the main character of the banner and a couple other people. The game does a really good job of giving you primo gems so you can get more people and weapons, and I felt like I didn't have to spend anything. Well, at least not yet, but the temptation is there though, since like 90% of the characters look cool and gave a nice boost during combat. Genshin Impact surprised me in a way I wasn't expecting. With their Breath of the Wild inspiration, fun and exciting combat system, and a really well done map, I give my experience with Genshin a 9 out of 10. Seriously guys, you guys got to get this. I mean, it's free to play, why not? You know, if you don't want to spend no money, you don't have to. Tell me if you're liking the game, you know, let me know down in the comments below. Comment, like, and subscribe, guys. Also join the Discord too, it's in the link in the description. All right, take it easy, love you.